Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction for Overlord. It is for episode 13, the finale of season 1. So, as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, there are two links in the description right now. The first one is where you can watch the reaction itself. The second one is my Google Drive, where you can download it in case you want to have it on your PC and watch it later on or in higher quality. So, there's your options. Once you've finished watching, feel free to come back here to what I have to say about this episode and about season 1 in general. And yeah, I will see you soon. For those of you who came back, welcome back. What a nice ending. That was a cool episode. I really liked it. I was quite often surprised, which is always a good thing. So let's go through it. Well, first thing, because many people ask, I'm aware that there's a season 2. I will definitely react to it. And before I do, I think there are some videos that are in between season 1 and 2, I think. So those will be the first. And then season 2. Yeah, let's go. So he tricked her. That's it in summary. He completely tricked Shalltear, and he did with me as well. I really liked that. That was nice. That was clever. It showed his skill is above just the stats that he has, above the spells that he has. He has the knowledge, the wisdom how to do things. He has the experience in the end. So he simply stated, in PvP, it is the information that might give you the edge, and it did here. So I really, really liked that. He, when he was vulnerable to fire, but he acted as though he had a shield against fire, as though his vulnerability to fire was as good as not existence. Thus, Shalltear didn't use fire spells on him. But if she would have, he would have fallen. The other way around, whenever he was hit with holy magic, he acted as though it hurts him a lot. While this rugged appearance he had was by the clothing that gave him a benefit against holy magic. So he completely played her, and me as well. And I mean, I was like, what is this dress for? Why does he wear it? And now we know why. So, very clever. Very, very clever. In this way, she blasted out most of her mana for holy spells that did not as much damage to him as she thought. Nice one. And then he changed when it came to melee. When she was upset, he changed into perfect warrior. Into another armor. At the first moment, I really thought that that he had on the black armor again. So the one that we know from Momon, from his warrior. But he had silver shining armor, silver white, which, as we know now, is Overlord Touch Me Some. So he put on equipment from his comrades from the guild. Interesting is here, as not Gargantuan, what was named Cochitus said, this armor is world champion class. So you can only put it on when you are a world champion. So he somehow even got this rank. So he has some magical items and abilities that give him the ability to wear warrior stuff, as we know already. But he is even there on a higher level than one might think. So that gave him already a bonus, because when you have an armor, you are at least a little bit better in melee, you know? You're not dying so soon. And then he just jumped between weapons, and that was awesome. That was really cool, was a nice idea. So those sticks, he said it's from the cash machine. So those gave him the ability to summon the I don't know if it is one time or for a specific amount of time, the weaponry, the equipment of his comrades from the guild, like the bow, like the two-handed axe, the daggers, and so on and so forth. So it reflects a lot of the difference in styles of people he had in the guild, which is really nice to see. So it is not a one-sided, mage kind of guild. It is completely everything. We had armors, we had shields, so the defensive parts very much. We had at least one bow, which was from Lord Pecorino. I'm sorry, I always struggle with his name. Which I was waiting for, kind of, because it was clear that when he would put out anything from this one specific, being the creator of Shalltear, she would go nuts, and she did. He had the daggers, which shows there's a kind of thief or assassin class that was in the guild, and so on and so forth. So that, and all of them had pretty nice specific effects. So it's like a bow to the old members, and it once again proves what he said. He renamed himself into the name of the guild, and he states this guild will never fall. I will never fall. So by using the equipment of the old members, who I think in his opinion still are members, they are not completely gone as long as he remembers. By using those equipment, he honors them, and he shows the strength of this guild in the past, but still in the present. I mean, if he has the ability to do this at least some more times, I don't know how often he can get those sticks and reuse stuff. But if he has more uses of it, he is way harder to beat. I mean, that was... Okay, he was prepared. It was a lot of preparation, but it increases his power level once more. So that was really, really nice. I liked that a lot. There was this huge smash fist. I don't know what that was like. Some kind of golem fist. Very nice. And then he cast a super tier spell once again. Possibly with a little bit of his last mana, I guess. He was not completely bound down, but quite a lot. I am not sure about the time trigger, but I think that was once again a playing on her. It's one thing if you beat someone, but it is another thing if you set a timer and before state, I will need exactly 1 minute for you, as example. Or if you are in the fight, you're thinking everything is fine, you're, on equal level, and then the enemy has a timer and says, oh yeah, your time is up now, and blasts you away. That's just ridiculously mean. So that was fitting. I was thinking when the timer went off that he had like a prepared spell. That would have been a clever option as well. Like putting a world-class spell, a super tier spell, whatever, that has a lot of casting time, and then just trigger a timer. So like, I don't know, like Meteor Strike as example. A huge meteor falling from the sky. And you're like, it will fall at my position in 5 minutes. And then you start a fight. And then you have the timer and you know, okay, shield up. Everyone else doesn't know what's happening and smash. That's what I thought. But it was nice as well this way. So cool. Shalltear stated when she was, fallen down, when she went away due to the spell. He, on the one hand, was in awe of him, which I like, because even when she was taken over, she still respected him. I like that. She partially even liked him, you know. That is something very nice. And she mumbled Shorty. I'm not sure about that one. I remember that the creator of her and the creator of the Night Elf twins were, you know, battling against each other. And I don't know if that may be a bow to the younger brother there. I'm not sure of it. Maybe you want to enlighten me. Once he did that, and I'm pretty sure I missed a lot. Okay, so because I'm pretty sure I missed a lot, sorry. I did not write down the names of the weapons. I did not write down which weapon was which lord. It was so much. And especially complicated names. Sorry. The the first thought was like, what the heck is that name? So one was the name of the Lord, the other was the name of the sword. Nice one. So that's why there's not much more here, story. When they were back in the tomb, he was about to revive her. So it's 500 million freaking gold. What the heck? I mean, the whole throne room was flooded with gold. So I guess revival of characters is depending on their level, on how strong they are. So it makes sense. It is incredibly expensive to revive someone like Shalltear. It once again shows you how wealthy the guild is. I have no clue how much of the amount of gold he has that was. I somehow still would like if it would have been a small hit at least, so that he at least can feel it. So that he doesn't have endless amounts, but still, I guess with this amount of gold he could have possibly bought all kingdoms in the area at once without any problem. So much. However, he did revive, she was no longer taken over. I really like her with long floating hair. She looked way more girlish in this way, way younger. Although on the other hand, if you are revived, you're possibly like in the best health that you can have. So being a vampire, she's like a completely satisfied vampire there. He put a blanket over her, which I liked. It was interesting that she was thinking, oh, I'm here in the throne room, naked. My lord is standing before me. Do I have a wedding night now? It's like this. Oh no, not again. The second one. But it was funny. I liked it. And then everyone was shouting at her, as it was more neither had to be. You know, everyone was. I don't know if they're not really upset. They're more like picking on each other. That's it. And they asked him to do it. I really loved that scene. Because, and you could see it, they made it this way. There was this moment when he was sitting down, just before this picture here, when he was sitting down and watched his guardians talking with each other, picking at each other. And for him, for a second, you know, it changed and he saw his old comrades, his friends. So the guardians who very much behave like the guild members did, like the ultimate beings. They took over those places, and in his memory, his mind, there's a moment that they fuse, that he remembers this, and he, for a second, he felt at home, and I liked that. And you could see that he was grasping out, he was, there was a little bit of despair in this, so you can still feel that he has the pain that everyone is gone, which I can understand. And then came, to me, the most special scene, the best scene here, because it shows you that the Guardians and everyone has grown so much above NPCs. Everyone was watching because he behaved strangely, you know. And Albedo reached out her hand and invited him in. That is a gesture. That is a huge gesture. I'm not sure if they completely understand it, but it is in this moment when he takes her hand, for me, it is that he's like, how to say, she is inviting him to this circle of guardians, into this family. And up to this moment, he always was a little bit drawn back. You know, I think he still had this NPC and they are just the guardians. Not that I would say he is this way so much, but I think it was back in the mind. It was for me as well, for sure. And when she offers her hand and invites him in and he takes it, that is the moment, in my opinion, when they become something like a family. You know, like guild members are. So, in my opinion, that is the most important thing seen in this episode. You might argue with that, I know. But I liked it a lot. Yes, I'm cheesy. So, oh yeah, I'm not sure about a Shalltear and my chest is gun thing. So it might be it really is, and she did something before using magic or whatever to improve her chest. We had this argument between her and Albedo in the past, and Mara and the others and her, that she is bolstering her chest. So she puts in some stuff or she uses magic to improve it, whatever. So to look more female. For sure, she had not much in the moment when she was revived, but that was okay. She's a lovely looking, nice young girl, so that's fine. And I'm not sure if it was that she was crying out because she had something before, or if it just was the trying of her to once again said that she has more in the chest area than she really has. I'm not sure, but it was once again, it was fitting. They stated that Sebas is not back yet, which I was aware of. He's still traveling around in the kingdom, so they use him as bait. I don't know if someone will hit on him. So the idea of Lord Heinz is that the attack that happened on Shalltear was by purpose, was done by someone aiming at Shalltear. And I think that wasn't. I think she accidentally jumped into this party, into the group that is, as we know now from the Theocracy, and they just, by panic, because she's incredibly powerful, used the world item. I might be wrong. In my opinion, it was an accident, not a hit attack by them. They didn't aim for her or Lord Heinz. But the question is, why were they? Why were they in the kingdom? Not sure. They are still waiting for the one lieutenant to come back, which we know was killed by Lord Heinz already in the past. So they do not know that he's gone. So the second group was not sent in for him. Was not sent in against the crypt, because there's nothing pointing to it, I think they had another purpose in the kingdom, and Lord Heinz, and in this case especially Shalltear, just stumbled over them. That will change now. There's no question. They are aware now something is happening. They're aware the one lieutenant from, I think it was the Light chapter, is gone. The Wind chapter, which they sent after the Crown, will possibly return soon with the information that the Crown is gone, and possibly something pointing at him as well here. And the chapter that just went out and got their asses kicked by Shalltear, well, they could report at least from this vampire who was beaten, as we know. They stated this is strange that someone is able to beat someone in this power level. Oh, wait a second. Nope. So they are aware that Shalltear is incredibly powerful. They were not able to kill her easily, and they realized that she killed two, or at least injured two of their members with one blow. I really thought that at least the guard in front would be dead, but it seems he was just injured. So someone who's able to defeat her is someone they will have to watch. So Momon, the warrior, will get a lot of attention now from them, I guess. So I'm pretty sure in the next season there will be way more direct contact with the Theocracy. But we will see. Albedo states that there's a Lizardman village, which is important because human corpses can only be level 40 as undead, while Lizardman corpses can be, as it seems, higher level. I'm not sure what I should think about that. It's the typical problem of the behavior of Momonga versus what he is meant to be. In my opinion, he behaves very kind in many ways. Very often he is very kind. The revival of Shalltear and how he interacts with her. It is my fault, not yours. Taking everything, every blame. Um, the way that he treats the village, yes, it is for his benefits, but he's not really negative at all. And even the adventurer party, he was really going for revenge once they were killed. Yes, he states the revenge was because he wanted to use them for his benefit. Seriously, the way he lashed out against Clementine was not normal. That was anger. So he is way more emotional, although the screen glimmer puts him down again and again. He's way more emotional than he should be, possibly, which I like. I like positive characters, you know, the hero that saves the day, the paladin like. And in this case, not paladin stupid, paladin clever, please. That's the one side. But yeah, let's go and wipe out a village of lizardmen because I need undead is the complete opposite. It is the undead, the archlich, the one that goes over dead bodies. And I am still not sure where it is connecting there. So I'm not sure if he will do it. Yes, it might be the next season just starts with him in a village full of dead lizardmen because they killed everyone. I would be kind of disappointed. But, well, then it would be a statement, you know, about don't think too good of him. But I really hope that something else is happening. And he has some other adventures. And, well, I hope that the world doesn't mean that orcs, goblins, and lizardmen are all stupid and negative. We have seen positive goblins, by the way. Great Wall. So we will see. The village. So we're coming to the end. There was a lot in. I possibly missed quite some. So we had the alchemist and her grandson going to the village, which by now is even better defended than before. I asked myself where they got all this wood, but you never know. There's another of the Pleiades, Plejaden, who was waiting for them. And the goblins are still there protecting the village. So I guess this village is pretty hard to take now. We had Gazev that in a valley. So he was in the capital of the kingdom, I guess. Or no, it was in Ray as, you know, in this other city, the fortress city. And he found, sitting in the alley in the rain, the leader of the bandits that escaped from Shalltear, as we remember. Yes, he did. He's still alive. And I completely forgot about him. Yes, he ran away, and Shalltear was so upset because he got away, and the red-haired girl got away as well. So, he has met with Gazev. Interesting is now what that will bring. It didn't look as though he would attack Gazev, but you never know. It was his plan once. What might be is that he's giving informations to him, and maybe Gazev is putting together parts and pieces. I mean, it might be he gets onto the track as well. Although I don't know what Gazev would do. He has seen Lord Ainz in a very positive light, helping villagers and everything. But being incredibly powerful as well and having his very own agenda. No question there. If he gets the information now that he works with a vampire, an older one, who simply rips everyone apart, although that were bandits, I don't know what he will do. I think of Gazev as a respectful warrior, knight, whatever you want to call it. He's called warrior, he's not called knight, but in the way that he behaved, in my opinion, he is a knight, because he values honor and dignity. So that is a knight-like acting, but he's the royal warrior, which is a nice one as well. So I think he would not backstab Momonga yet, in case something would come to his attention. Maybe he would send a raven, you know? like, might it be you are not what you look like. I still have the belief that the two of them could work together if Lord Ainz would allow it. I'm not sure if he has many benefits from it. I think so. We will see. Yeah, and we had a lot of other things happening in the extra, especially with the Slant theocracy. So they named 3 of their chapters now. The strongest one, that is interesting. The strongest one was the dark one. We have 3 chapters we've seen right now. The one that set up the trap in the past was the lieutenant who's dead. The one that Clementine worked for. I think it is the same one that this group of adventurers that Shalltear ran into was meeting. So the one with the world item. They got beaten. Accidentally. So. And we have an information of some kind of wind or storm circle there, who were after the crown. So they are possibly still around in the kingdom. Not sure what they are like. Possibly maybe like spies or gatherers of knowledge. We will see next season for sure. So, now for the season in general. It is an very interesting and different concept. Normally, when you set a new series, a new book, a film, whatever, into a fantasy realm or something alike, you tend to start off with a small, not so much important person in the beginning. By accident, because it was drawn from another world, as it happened in some series, or just following a boy who learned to be a cook, or or following someone who is very much eating and starts to gather strange balls filled with stars. You normally start low, and then you watch this person grow over the series. You know, fight, learning, reading books, improving their skills. That's what it normally is. Yes, there are some other examples where you have someone who is already on a specific level, like if you look movies like Wolverine or like Van Helsing as example, where those characters are already very strong in the beginning. But those are characters you know in the most cases already from fairy tales, from books, and so on. So you know that Van Helsing is the ultimate vampire slayer. So you normally start with him already pretty strong. Unless you want to start his early years, and then you call it the early years. So Overlord puts into this Van Helsing and co position in someone who is on a high level, and as it seems right now, on the highest level. And you put him into a world that is completely below his level, which was strange to watch sometimes. Even in retrospective, if you look backwards, now we know in the end of this season which level of spells are possible, which level are valid, you know? And that humans have tier 3 magic, heroes can go up to 5, I think it was. Mythic is 7, and up to 9 is super spells. And then there's world spells, which is even above. So seeing that, a normal human can only reach 3, a hero can reach 5. I remember I think it was episode 2 or 3, I'm not sure, Lord Momonga coming out of a portal, which possibly is already above every level. And then there were those 2 guards, those attackers on the village, who were attacking the 2 girls that he gave the horns to, the goblin army. And he just said, oh yeah, well, let's try something. Level 9. It was this hard stop, rip out your heart spell. It was a level 9 spell. At this time I was already like, whoa, he's going in big. remembering it from now, he was going in completely above. I mean, this was a normal soldier. He possibly could have did like that with his finger and this guy would have been dead. But he put in a level 9 spell. So that shows the main thing about this series. Adapting to the power level here. Very much hiding who you are and what you do. That is a lot what he does. If you think about Warrior Omon. And gathering information, gathering information all the time, because he needs knowledge about the whole world, about possible enemies, about what is going on. I'm still surprised that they put not in any analysis of how they got there. I had that last time, that they like used some magic spells or alike to analyze how the crypt, the tomb, moved. If anything changed in the tomb itself, if there was transportation, teleportation magic, whatever, you know. But they didn't do that. I guess they did it in the background, and it's like nothing. We have no idea, because we were just put there. We learn the general thing about the most of the Guardians, at least most of them by now. We have not seen much of... he just named them in the epilogue, Gargantua and Victim. But he sent them out now, or is calling them in, however. Possibly towards the Lizard's village, so I guess we will meet them next time. Yeah. So, but apart from some specific characters and some of the Pleiades, which we do not know all yet, we have a general idea who's in the tomb and who they are and how they click with each other. Not really about their powers. We just know that they are very powerful, not what they are specifically. From what we've seen, they are all incredibly powerful compared to the level of the world. The kingdom that they're in right now is way down, so I would say the kingdom is like 3, level 3. And some, not many, some just going to like 5. The enemy, the Empire, we have not heard anything of yet. So that might be interesting, because they are completely out of the picture by now. But we had the Slawn Theocrazy. This word really breaks me. Which is capable of definitely higher level stuff. So we've seen level 7 spells from them, and we've seen at least one world item from them. And seeing that they have one of those, there's quite the option that they have more than one. So that at the moment seems to be the major enemy or major problem. However, as I said, the Empire hasn't stood up at all in this series. I really like it. I really like the idea of going in high level and learning together with him what is happening in the world. I like the interactions he has with different kind of people. So he has interactions with people who love him, like Albedo, or to worship him, like the rest of his Guardians, which is entertaining sometimes, especially because you can hear his inner monologue. His inner voice when he realizes they are acting creepy or whatever. Those are funny moments. I really like it. It gives you the comedic relief. He has the moments with, let's call it neutral parties, possible allies or enemies, where, in my opinion, he very often is generous, is nice to them. And we have the interaction with enemies. There he is showing off. That's, you can't deny that he is showing off and he likes it. We've seen him, except for Shalltear, all the time being in control, being more powerful than the enemy. Always careful still about what he's doing, so he's not he's not stupid. You know, he at the beginning of the fight, he first checks what the enemy is capable of, and he did it in like every fight. So you can see the experience here. But once he's sure of what's going on and that he has the upper hand, it depends on what kind of fight it is. If it is one for supremacy, just for winning and then maybe taking the enemy on your side, like he did with Hamuske as example. He is just doing it, you know, like dominate. That's it. And he's not mean in such cases. But if it is an enemy that insulted him, hurt him, or did something he seems to perceive as wrong, he can be ferocious. He can be over the top, cruel, and well, undead, you know. Yes, I know you stated the thing that happened to Clementine was more neither the same thing that she did to the magical caster girl, which, by the way, I still wait for the sister. But it was cruel. There's no question. So he could just have broken her neck or anything, but he did torture her. It's a philosophical. It's really not my day today. Philosophical question today. Whether that was the right thing to do because they came even. He used the same violence on her that she used on her. Not even enemies, victims. So some might say that was the right thing to do. Eye for an eye, you know. But on the other hand, the question is always, if you do the eye for an eye thing, don't you go down to the level of the person? A lot plays in his favor here that he is undead, and so it's fitting, you know. It wouldn't be fitting if he would be a paladin, as I mentioned before. I like the world, I like the idea. We haven't seen so much yet, but it is nice. I like the character designs. We have a lot of, I mean, the world, or the kingdom itself is very standard. You have humans and some goblins and orcs as enemies, and as we know now, some lizards. But it is pretty much standard. But if you go to the tomb, which we started off with, they really went nuts. And that is really cool. So they did very creative and nice character designs. Different ideas of kind of creatures of darkness and of light as well. And I like that. I like that a lot. I really hope that we will maybe see a bit of the other guild members from the past in the future, in the next season. There are multiple ways they could do it. Yes, there could be some of them still around. There could be other players still around. Or they could start using, like, you know, backlash, memories of Momonga. That he's remembering specific things that he then uses in the actual episode or season. Not sure if that would be good or not, but it would be a nice way to implement the old characters and what they were like. Because from what he states, and it is his memories, those guys were crazy. So that would be entertaining. And I like that, to be entertained. So, very nice first season. Really looking forward to the second one and what they will do then. And well, that's it for this time. I hope you liked it. I did for sure. And as always, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.